This baby monkey is just 3 days old, resting his tiny limbs and neck against his mother's belly and enjoying her sustaining warmth. He's in the safest possible place. Pregnancy in female snub-nosed monkeys lasts for 7 months. The arrival of a new member has piqued the curiosity of the whole family, sparing a moment from feeding. The new arrival turns to peer into the strange and wondrous world. This monkey tribe on Baima Snow Mountain welcomed 8 newborns this year. With their small population and low birth rate, it's vital for Yunnan snub-nosed monkeys to take utmost care of their young. To help her offspring adapt to the challenging surroundings, a young mother will, for several months after giving birth, keep her young at her side and teach them survival skills. The Dishing Highlands in April present a riot of blossoming azaleas. Even though spring is late in coming, the monkeys are eager to set out for the woodlands at a lower altitude. After a winter of enforced austerity, they can't resist the delicious Chinese usnea and other vegetation. As a supplement to their plant diet, they scour the deceptively lifeless bark for hidden ants and other insects, which provide them with much-needed protein. Snub-nosed monkeys spend most of each day eating. This explains the bulging waistlines. The adults, with their pale complexion and crimson lips, have a natural beauty. The Highland climate has created the shrunken nasal bone, with the snub nostrils able to inhale the thin air better. The father leaves childcare duties mainly to the female, who takes her young everywhere she goes. The tiny monkey is just over 2 months old, toddling clumsily in his fur coat. He looks very cute. Under his mother's watchful eye, he enjoys an occasional caper. still breastfeeding. He isn't ready for solid food, but he's quite adventurous. Eager to imitate his mother, he gets a taste of the leaves. While her offspring are still very young, a mother will select some shorter trees for them to clamber and play on. It's a safe way for the infants to learn essential survival skills. But he lacks coordination, and his grip isn't strong enough to stay in the branches for long without the risk of accident. The watchful mother won't allow him to climb too high. She repeatedly pulls him out of harm's way. Though unappreciative of such parental concern, the infant can do nothing about it. Monkeys usually form a noisy group, but around noon, the clamor will die down. After a morning spent searching for food, the weary primates are in need of a nap to recharge themselves. But the young ones don't enjoy the rest. Instead, they sense an opportunity to slip away for some fun. The mothers must keep an eye open to watch for any misbehavior. His attempt to climb the tree is clumsy, but he's restless and regards everything with a sense of wonder. A morning spent looking after her infant has left the mother exhausted. She needs to find something to eat to replenish her energy. The duty of guardian now falls on the shoulders of elder brother. But he's still young and hardly conscientious. Slighted, the baby monkey sneaks out of sight of his brother. Perhaps he's had enough maternal attention and wants some time for himself. But he never imagined that, away from his mother's protection, danger lurks everywhere. He starts climbing a leafy tree. He clambers gingerly, negotiating the dense foliage. But on his first solo adventure, the excitement soon wears off. He's screaming for his mother, but she's nowhere to be seen. With some parental assistance, the climb would have been straightforward. But now, on his own, The infant is panicking. Clinging onto branches 2 meters up, he can expect a nasty fall that may injure or even cripple him. He's found that it's easier to climb up than down. To make things worse, he's losing his strength. He keeps calling out for his mother, but she's still nowhere to be seen. At last, Mom shows up. The terrifying experience has taught him a lesson. For the whole afternoon, he's on his best behavior and refuses to leave his mother's side. In May, on the Dishing Highlands in northwestern Yunnan, the snow on the mountain peaks begins to melt. Among the Hengjuan Mountains, on the edge of the Tibetan Plateau, there is a place of primeval natural beauty with a rich and varied landscape. Its unique topography and monsoon climate nurture a remarkable biodiversity. Deep among the uninhabited mountains are found some rare plant species. The luxuriant highland vegetation offers the local wildlife a comfortable habitat. Apart from the snub-nosed monkeys, another gregarious species inhabits Baima Snow Mountain. They live at higher altitudes and survive on more formidable terrain. Like a colony of hermits, they hide among the dense shrubbery and dash across the bare cliffs. They are born rock climbers. With their sinewy hind legs and nimble hoofs, they run and leap freely across the alpine terrain. These celebrated mountain sprinters are blue sheep. The main summit of Baima Snow Mountain rises to 5,482 meters. Its cloud-shrouded peak exudes an air of mystery. The blue sheep descend the snow-covered slopes in a flock. Moving in large numbers, they form a single file, so they can alert one another to any sign of danger. A couple of blue sheep appear on the slope among the shrubbery. They've been waiting for a long time, gazing down at the mountain foot. Each summer, herders bring their yaks to graze on the pasture. These large creatures enjoying their meal are unaware of the distant eyes, closely following their every move. Finally, the well-fed yaks stroll leisurely away. The blue sheep begin their tentative approach towards the huge boulder. The surface of the rock and the soil beneath it contain an essential mineral: salt. Using their acute vision and hearing, the blue sheep remain constantly alert to their surroundings. The flock farther up now feel it's safe to join the bold vanguard. To keep their bodies functioning properly, the blue sheep regularly travel long distances for a vital intake of salt. There's little room, and the flock have to take turns. Once they've all had their fill, they'll swiftly head back up the mountain. The pasture where farmers graze their herds is not a place for blue sheep to linger. An unexpected occurrence, however, disrupts their plan. A yak suddenly emerges from behind the boulder, sending alarm through the flock. The blue sheep aren't afraid of yaks, but as they're not here to occupy the yak's territory, they decide on a temporary retreat. More yaks saunter onto the scene. The sheep retreat further, but maintain a short distance from the boulder. It seems they intend to wait until the yaks leave. Time is passing, but the yaks continue their leisurely chewing and show no sign of vacating the pasture. Finally, they give up. In their usual orderly fashion, they file up the slope. The noise and activity dissipate to leave a scene of peace and quiet. It's as if nothing has happened. Among the primeval forests of Jiangguxing, the frolicking young monkeys greet a new day. A tribe of snub-nosed monkeys is composed of isolated families. The adults aren't supposed to trespass, but the young are above the law. The freedom to mingle with their young neighbors is a privilege they enjoy. The young monkeys love the daily rough and tumble. Their energy appears boundless. They've mastered the leaps and jumps, but they can be surprisingly destructive. Eager to join the fray, he sneaks away from his mother. But he's too young to play with the bigger boys. Before anything untoward happens, Mom arrives and cuts short the fun. A tantrum won't make any difference. Mom won't accept the risk and ignores his protests. The rain continues. He's practicing among the branches. He needs to learn to survive in all weather conditions. The tree trunks are slippery, which calls for extra care and attention. He ignores the danger. Mom never averts her intense gaze. He isn't aware that, in the world of snub-nosed monkeys, a family is a one-male unit. When he reaches the age of 3, he'll be driven away by his father to join the band of bachelor monkeys. Snub-nosed monkeys respect strength. To improve his prospects of securing a position within the tribe, his mother will subject him to a rigorous training regime, lasting many days. The young monkeys are growing bigger each day. With a mind of their own, they can be quite a handful. The mothers look exhausted. His father has so far been aloof and distant, but he's a constant presence. Solemn and serious, he watches over his family throughout the day, looking out for any sign of danger. Keeping his family safe is a sacred duty. The father is particularly vigilant against other monkeys. Socially, snub-nosed monkeys are divided into individual families. Each family is self-contained and isolated from the others. The bachelor adults in the tribe form a group of their own. Within the tribe, the bachelors are the lowest of the low. They live on the periphery, performing guard duty. Often, they gaze at the families, envious of the male patriarchs, and looking forward to the opportunity of taking their place. The male head of the family, even while being groomed by his wife, mustn't let his guard down. He's aware of the many pairs of eyes that are following his movements. An adult male is strolling on the edge of the family's territory, perhaps looking for food. The father approaches aggressively. To drive the trespasser away and keep his family safe. This is a rare moment of peace and quiet. Mom is helping her infant rid his skin of parasites and secretions and keep it clean and healthy. Childhood is a carefree time. A baby monkey cannot grow up safely without its mother's care and attention, and its father's protection. Soon, he must accompany the tribe on its latest short migration. Snub-nosed monkeys can find food everywhere. On Baima Snow Mountain, there are hundreds of edible plant species. But they must rotate where they eat to vary their diet and allow the depleted feeding ground to recover. While he's growing up, he must learn more about the vast primeval forest. In the home of the Yunnan snub-nosed monkeys, there is so much for the young ones to explore and experience.